Let's start with you, Vaughn. You had 6 audacious goals that you put out there several years ago, and I know you're still sort of hammering away on that. Give us a state of the state as to where you're at right now.
Yeah, so we're still hammering away at the wildly important goals, as we call them here at the EPA. And one of the ones that we really focused on early on, so I've been in the role about 4.5 years now, and one of the ones that we focused in on was digitizing records, really, and this ties into M1921, which requires federal agencies to move to a digital or to digitize their records. And so where I really embraced this was before this role, I actually managed facilities for the agency. And one of the things I saw over and over again were floors full of paper files, right? And so I was able to actually look at that and actually draw that, hey, we need to do something in this space. So for the last 4 years, we've been working at establishing national digitization centers, 2 of them, which will allow us to collapse all those local digitizations or those record centers that we've got in the EPA facilities and centralize those and centralize the ability to digitize records. And so that's been forefront for us. In addition to those other things that you already mentioned, which is enterprise-wide logging, moving forward and moving out on ZTA, multi-factor authentication. All those things are very important to what we're doing here at the EPA. And most importantly is how do we enable our employees to be able to do their mission. So really looking at how do we reduce the churn, if you will, associated with just employee activities to get their jobs done, right? So we focus also on things like how do we make sure our employees have the tools they need to get the job done? And something as simple as how do we modernize and make sure that we've got modern laptops that are distributed to employees? And so one of the things that we looked at is how do we move from a very interesting way of budgeting to buy new laptops where you either have dollars or you don't. If you don't have dollars, you can't buy laptops, to a new way of thinking, looking at tools like that as fixed costs, right? So you're able to actually look at, hey, we're going to budget for 25% refresh over 4 years. So employees have and know that they will get a refresh technologies every 4 years. Again, these are a couple of things that we're looking at from a modernization lens.
Just